Hello and welcome back to the channel on Dominance. Anthony here. Please remember to like and subscribe, and also click that notification bell if you're enjoying what you're seeing and if you want to see more. Coming up in this episode, we have all the highlights that you need to see from the games between Leigh Centurions and York City Knights, as well as the second semi-final between Featherstone Rovers and Batley Bulldogs. First, I have to put out a correction in regards to an episode that I released on the 15th of February 2022 in regards to the interview that Ollie Wilkes did with ITV in regards to his drug-related actions during his playing career. I attributed these actions were involving his period at Wigan Warriors and growth hormones, which are totally incorrect, and I would like to thank Mr. Wilkes for making me aware of that. I do also want to apologise for any issues that this may have occurred, but I do hope we can go on and continue to improve this channel with people adding their two penneth when it needs to be done. Thank you for your time. Sunday saw the Rugby League Championship semi-finals take place, as there were 4 teams involved with aspirations to get to the Super League. Some have tempered it because of their opposition today, and others were going on to thinking that they were going to be in the £1 million game for that chance to get into Super League. All 4 teams have been fantastic in their own way, whether it's Leigh versus York or Featherstone versus Batley. There is sure to be a good game between these 4 teams, and also a worthy victory at the end of it all to get into Super League. So with York versus Leigh Centurions being our first game, York got to this semi-final in week 2 after beating Halifax Panthers 26 points to 24 in a close run game, which was against a much more fancied Panthers side. Leigh, because they won the League Leaders Shield in the regular season, got preferential treatment, as well as the bye. They get home advantage against the lowest ranked team of the regular season, which was York City Knights. York City Knights come into the game today looking to have a bit of fun against Leigh Centurions, as it's expected that Leigh will win and win comfortably during the game, so they're going to have fun. In previous meeting, York fell to Leigh at 100 points to 4 back on the 19th of August, 20th of August 2022 in their latest encounter. And they haven't won a game against Leigh this year. Leigh have got aspirations at getting into Super League. They have spent the money to get there and brought in the big name players, whether it's Blake Ferguson, Josh Charnley, Lachlan Lamb, Nene McDonald. The list could go on, because their team has quality all the way through it, and they could change the team and still be as good going into the game. But anyway, I'm going to bring you the highlights now, and we'll start with the first half. York got the game up and running with an unusual kickoff, which was going to be a theme of their game, the Leigh Sports Village. But it was Leigh that got onto the scoreboard first, as they worked that right edge. After John Asata was not tackled, and eventually was, it was left to Leigh Centurions to start the attack, and the ball went through Lachlan Lamb and Caleb Aiken's hands before Ed Chamberlain knocked the ball on for Blake Ferguson to score in the corner for the opening try of Leigh Centurions' match. It was a great effort and a great flowing move, and Chamberlain's ball out wide to Ferguson gave him enough space for him to run down the line, but he still had enough to do to get into scoring position. Christian Inu added the extras, and it was 6-0 to Leigh Centurions. We'd only gone 3 minutes and we're going at more than points a minute. After an offload and a great run by Joe Mellor, it was Sam Stone who got on the end of the pass to score underneath the posts to make it 10 points to nil. Inu obviously added the extras, but what a great run by Asiata. Then the next lead carrier wasn't tackled properly, and Joe Mellor just set off, breaking the tackle, confusing the lead defence, and Stone was in support. And that's all she wrote. Great awareness by Mellor and great support from Stone, as well as great speed from the big man. The second rower did his best to score. After a York attack, that gets broken down due to some fantastic defence of Blake Ferguson and the rest of the Leigh defence, where he just monstered his opponent winger. Leigh was showing that they were still determined in defence as well as their goal forward. Great effort, putting it all together. Leigh, though, came back up the field as they went in search for another try, and when Adam Sidlow was tackled over the line, it was the 5th tackle from the 10-metre restart, and Leigh were eager to get on with it. And a pass out wide by Lachlan Lamb finds Nene McDonald, who breaks through a gap in the Knights' defence to score Leigh's 3rd try. This after some tippy-tappy tackling when McDonald originally got the ball. Look at that, he got underneath the 2 defenders. Brown didn't get there in time, and then he ran through the middle of 3 other York defenders to score on that left edge. Referee get pointed the way. One more time, that's it. Here comes the opening gap, right there. And he ran straight towards the camera. Inu adds the extras and it's 18 points to nil. Leigh are back on it and not too long afterwards, and they're in once again. It is that man Sam Stone who gets at the defensive line after Lachlan Lamb passes the ball out wide, and he finds Caleb Aitken on the inside. Great offload, and Leigh are back under the sticks. They're just running rampant at this moment and running hot at almost a point a minute. Lachlan Lamb attacks the line, finds there's no space, and finds the ball out to Stone, who steps through a couple of challenges to find his fullback in support on the inside. With that try, there was no way that Christian Inu was going to miss that attempt, and it's 24 points to nil. Not long after, Leigh are in once again. Sam Stone finds himself in space after Blake Ferguson's carry, and it's a right-hand play. Stone, Lachlan Lamb back inside to Ed Chamberlain, who goes in for his 1st try of the game. A great overlap on the right edge, and Leigh are up 28 points to nil. The Leigh fans are excited with how they're playing. This is a great move. Edwin Apapi had come on and its pace picked up. Sam Stone passed out wide. Ed Chamberlain scores in the right-hand corner. Unfortunately for Leigh, Inu is not able to make this conversion this time, as it's Oh, sorry, tell a lie. He does convert this to make it 5 from 5. And Leigh go in once again to 30 points to 0. We're going to let this play on a little bit as it comes to Edwin Apape getting involved once more. The acting halfback has got the play going and some strong moves from Kai O'Donnell, who's done really well since he came on as well. Ball goes to the right edge and Blake Ferguson does his Conrad hurl, but he offloads it instead of being able to get to the line. And then there's gaps opening up in York's defence again, and Apape gets over the try line. 34 points to 0, and York have yet to really threaten the try line. And Leigh could have had so many more points on the board. Just a simple play, come back in the inside, bump off, free man, passes it to Apape, and Apape just runs. Little arc, steps around the fullback. The fullback is beaten one-on-one. Nothing really on at this point, but Ferguson makes something. Just bounces off the defence, which has drawn and opened up a gap. Apape the beneficiary. Inu adds the extras, 6 from 6, and it's 36 points to 0. Not long after this, Edwin Apape makes it a double, as York tries a different variation of the kickoff. They go short, but it's too long for any of the defenders to get on with, and Apape just runs and runs and runs. He's getting caught, but he does just enough to dive in the corner. Or has he? Because the referee asked for the video referee to have a look into it. Sends it up as a try. Just wants to see if he grounds it in the field of play, and grounds it, because everything else is fine. 60-metre dash. Scoring points. Does he step out into touch at this point? Nope. Diving, feet are off the floor, and he gets the ball down. They weren't sure if he grounded it on the last one. They are now. The referee calls time on and adds the try. And Leigh are up to 40. Christian Inu unfortunately misses the kick on this one. But there's nothing to worry about at this point, as at half time it's Leigh Centurions 40. York City Knights 0. Now that we have game 1 settled in the semi-finals, it went to form, to be fair. 70 points to 10. He's a little less than what they got before, but hey ho, what can you do? We now turn our attention to game 2 though, as Featherstone face one of their bogey teams, as they drew and lost to Batley during this regular season. So they know that they're coming up against a good side that Craig Lingard has put together. Brian McDermott acknowledged that before the game and is looking to put that little bit of hoodoo behind them by naming a strong squad, not quite as strong as normal. The likes of Ben Helliwell are fit, but they don't call them up into the squad, while Batley Bulldogs just named the same squad that beat Barrow Raiders last time out. And it's Batley who get onto the scoreboard first. After, first of all, a scrum is awarded to Batley due to a one-on-one strip, forcing the ball down. Referee Robert Hicks hears something he doesn't like and gives a penalty straight away to Batley, just for the back chat. The opening score goes to Tom Gilmore. The ex-witness man puts over the two for the opening points, and Batley the lead, which, with their confidence and their go forward, is excellent. They then go over for the first try of the game. As the ball eventually gets worked out to the left-hand edge. It's a great play as Buchanan runs at the line and offloads to Johnny Campbell, who scores in the corner for the first try of the game. Great effort, great angle to run, and great awareness, much to the delight of the Batley faithful. Tom Gilmore's ball in hand, and then a good line from Gilmore that makes the try. Buchanan, that makes the try for Johnny Campbell. 23rd of the season, and an important one. Gilmore adds the extras, and it's 8-0 in the favour of the Batley Bulldogs. After this, Batley have their tails up. The Dogs are going at the line in good speed. And there's some slick play going on amongst the forwards and the back line. Offloads, not being tackled, and the ball gets into Hodson's hands. And his short ball as he attacks the line goes to Luke Hooley, who calmly steps around Craig Hall to score right to the posts. Batley are in dreamland, 12-0 up. Some great rugby league. Hooley is expected to sign for Leeds at this season, in the 2023 season, is the beneficiary of a great short ball, great play, and then great composure to get round Craig Hall. They couldn't keep these Batley Bulldog side forwards down, and the impressive backline does the rest. Gilmore adds the extras once again, and it is 14 points to 0. Featherstone, though, do come back after the great tackle on Tom Lynham. A quick play of the ball sees Wildy find the hands of Cuthbertson, then Junior Moores, with Craig Hall running around the back to score the first try for Featherstone. He also has the conversion, so it's 14 points to 6. It's a great play by Featherstone, well worked try, and it was born in the forwards as there was a dummy runner from Lockwood as well involved in it. That tackle was a good tackle, good and tough, but the Wakefield man on loan at Featherstone gets a quick play of the ball, and the three forwards combined to score what is a good try. Good slick hands. Here is that conversion. Featherstone think they're back in it. Featherstone, though, are on the attack, and when an attack comes to nothing with Craig Hall kicking behind, it's Luke Cooley again on the run, and his evasiveness gets Batley some much needed field position 40 metres out. It's a great run from the fullback. Reason why he's one of the stars for Batley at the moment. And a penalty compounds the Featherstone's defensive error not to close down the fullback. Here's that run again. Let's have a look at it. Finds the gap, gets past Senny Lefay, then Lynham doesn't know where he's going, and the Featherstone players just get back. But he's almost out of the Featherstone half, and the penalty's blown. On the back of this, Batley go again. A short ball to Buchanan. Manning sees a high tackle being called, but which was committed by Craig Hall. And a few tackles later, one tackle later, they are setting up for another try. This time it goes the shootout to the line on Gilmore. You can clearly see what was coming because they were always going to go to the right, and another setup play to the right of the posts sees them working that gap once again, and Leigh goes right to Meadows, who dives over the try line after a great dummy. Batley are 18 points to 6 up. It's how the positional sense, where they were targeting, you could clearly see that they were going to that point. First of all with Tom Gilmore, and then second of all, the shift behind the play of the ball by Meadows, and his dummy getting over the line. Targeting the inside of Seni Lefeu, and Craig Hall's not being in position. He'd overcommitted to the defender. And it's the Bulldogs' bite that is better than its bark at 20 points to 6. We are now into the second half, and Craig Hall kicks off to the Bulldogs. And Featherstone look like they come out like they've been given the hairdryer a rocket. Told to put the finger out, and a few minutes later it proves proper dividends. A player down on the floor in the tackle. Wildy goes through the markers, and Hardcastle goes over for the first try of the second half. Featherstone are back in this, 20 points to 10. At this moment in time, Gilmore's down, getting treatment for a broken nose, which he has adjusted on the pitch. Next, it's just a tough tackle. Unfortunately, Gilmore cops one right there. And Wildy jumps out at halfback. And Hardcastle goes in for the opening try of the half. Craig Hall adds the extras, and it's 26 points to 12. 20 points to 12. I preempted this 26 before Batley are just out. There's a call for a drop there, but the play goes on. This time it's Walshaw who goes over on just a simple pass, crash and spin. And referee Robert Hicks gives the try. It all comes about through some loose play from Featherstone here, and Batley are quick to snaffle it. Then the play goes on so that they're attacking this Featherstone line, and Walshaw was too big, too strong to get over that try line. See here, it looks like Ward actually fumbles the ball. I'll have another look at it in a moment. And Walshaw just does what every good second rower does. Gilmore adds the extras for that 26 points to 12 scoreline. Here's that fumble. It's Ward that goes to the line. Don't know if the ball's come free because of hands, but it's come free. You can see it fumbled about there. And this seems to anger Featherstone a little as it wakes them up. Sam Esse has been very, very good since he came on for Featherstone, but he'd only come on during the second half. And on the last, Ford drops a short ball to Hardcastle, and he goes over the try line, catching a sore one at the same time. The referee was going to give the try, but he's looking at other options at this point, and asked the video referee to look into it. It all comes off an intercept from a Tom Gilmore's pass that sees Featherstone get down the pitch. It's a great scramble by Batley, but Featherstone get a roll on, and Eze is the one that's primarily on this. Then the short ball by Ford sees Hardcastle go over the try line, but Manning seems to clock Hardcastle in the ribs with a sore one, possible knees. The video referee has been called to look at it. Manning is coming from the left there. Hardcastle's diving over the line, and his legs goes into the side of Hardcastle. Is it knees? Is it deliberate action? I don't know, but the video referee does think so. He looks at it at full pace as well, and deems it enough to give a penalty try. Well, a try, conversion, and a penalty for that incident. conveying that message to Craig Hall, which unfortunately he misses the first attempt to get Featherstone closer towards it at 20 points to 16, but he converts the penalty for 26 points to 18. Scoreboard's wrong there, and they correct it. There is next a try for Batley as Dane Manning goes over from a Tom Gilmore kick. We're looking at the video referee option here. What Robert Hicks asked for. Kick, grab, does he ground it? We're not too sure, and he asked for another look at the try from the opposite side. This is scored. It's 30 points to 18 to Manning. And it looks like he has right there. Referee confirms the try. And Batley are 30 points to 18 up. And now 32 points to 18 up. Thanks to Gilmore's try conversion. Then all of a sudden, Joey Leigh comes to the fore. And after an offload that finds, in the end, Caleb Jones, it's Featherstone that are back onto the scoreline. 22 points to 32. And the crowd are getting hopes together. It's Connor Jones, my apologies, to score that try. Great effort, great support, and further support there. And young Jones has enough to get over the try line. Enough base, that is. Great angles, great running. And it's another try in this game full of good tries. Not to be outdone, but Featherstone are first going to the left, being held up, and it's on the last 35 metres out. Wildy jumps out from halfback again, and Ford passes out wide to Leigh, who has the winger Gilmore on the outside. Briscoe, sorry. Winger Briscoe on the outside, and the referee gives the try. It's 26 points to 32. It's 11 minutes to go. Craig Hall adds the extras, and Lee Briscoe helps Featherstone back into it. But we're down to the final minute now, and after a kick out wide finds Joey Leigh. Unfortunately, there's not much time left. 7 minutes. Could Featherstone win it? The hooter goes, so they kick to the out wide, and the Batley player bats it out of play, and that is full time. Batley are in the £1 million game. Little Batley are at one game away from being in the Super League. The celebrations begin, and it's great play by the Bulldogs. They've done absolutely fantastic during the game. That man in particular, all the forwards, they just stood up in the tackle. Look at the Batley fans, they're all beaming. But Featherstone, 2 years on the bounce now, not been able to get over that finishing line. That says it all. On both sides. Magic experience. Batley Bulldogs go into the £1 million game with the 32 points to 28 victory. Well, to say that I saw this one coming will be a total lie, as there will be no one picking Batley Bulldogs, despite their semi-final appearance last year, with them going into the £1 million game. They're going step by step and doing it quite well. York may not be quite at the level where Batley is at the moment in terms of quality, but they've got their semi-finals and we're looking to replicate what Batley do next year. Now, will that be a victory in the grand final for them? People call it the grand final and people call it for the £1 million game. I want it to stay as the £1 million game. because people put on Twitter multiple different monetary values of what it is. My favourite one from today was from, of all places, rugbyleagueontv.com. The 880 trillion Venezuelan Bolivares match championship grand final will be at Leigh versus Batley at Leigh Sports Village next Sunday. Live on Premier Sports, 5:45 PM in the UK. Kickoff, 6:30 PM. The winners will replace Toulouse in the Super League. So why don't you tell me where you'll be watching the 11,457,805.96 Norwegian kroner game wherever you are on next Sunday, as it's going to be a fantastic occasion no matter what goes on, as the prize is Super League status. Leigh are desperate for it. Batley are living the dream, an underdog story which rivals most things that have happened this year. Batley is a small town in comparison to Leigh as well, which, no disrespect to Leigh, they are just a small borough comparative in size to their surroundings, whether it's my own town of Bolton, Wigan round the corner, even Warrington, to be fair. So to say Batley's small compared to Leigh, that's saying something. No disrespect to either team, because they have played well all season. Leigh are there on merit because they've been the best team all around. Batley been there because they produced the performances when they needed to, and also been consistent throughout the entire season. And well done to them. Anyway, who are you rooting for? I know I'm a bit of an underdog story type of person. And that's it for another episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe and share this video worldwide, as well as clicking that notification bell for any updates on new videos that may be coming your way. Tell me what your thoughts are of today's episode in the comment section below, as there is a lot to unpack. Leigh Centurions, dominant team. Don't see past them for getting into the Super League this time around and replacing Toulouse. But is there a dream there for Batley to get over the line? My thought says no, but my heart says yes. They're a good team. Craig Lingard has put together a solid team that can win any game if they can, when they can. Anyway, comment section is open. It's all open to you. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to share this video worldwide. I will now end the episode by saying I wish you all the best, so please stay safe, and I'll see you in the next episode.